Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome back to your channel, The Anatomy Canvas. Today we are going to discuss with the histology of the male reproductive system, glands. So seminal vesicles, also called the glanduli vasculosi, they are the paired, elongate, highly folded tubular gland. They originate as the evagination of the vas deferens, and their mucosa is thrown into multiple folds forming primary, secondary and the tertiary folds. Epithelium is cuboidal to pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated. Two types of cells are present in epithelium. These are tall non-ciliated columnar cells having morphology of the protein secreting cells, and these short cells which are acting as the stem cells. They have the folded mucosa covered by the smooth muscle layers. There are the two layers of the smooth muscles, the inner circular and outer longitudinal muscle layer, but these two muscle layers are indistinguishable usually in H&E stain, and outer to this muscularis layer is the adventitia or the serosa on the apex. Function of the gland is to secrete 50 to 70% of the seminal fluid. It mainly secretes the fructose, which helps for the metabolism and requirements of the sperms, also the ascorbic acid and the prostaglandins, which are also secreted in large amount by the seminal vesicles, although they were first described and they were first studied in the secretion of the prostate gland. That's why the name given as prostaglandin, but they are actually synthesized by the seminal vesicles in a larger amount. So this is the H&E stain section at low magnification, in which you can appreciate the mucosa is thrown into folds. These folds are the primary folds, then the secondary folds, and then the tertiary folds. And because of this extensive folding, you can also see that you can even appreciate that there may be multiple lumina, but actually because of the folding you can appreciate multiple lumina. Actually there is only one lumen, and all of the these sections are because of the folding of the mucosa. Outer to this mucosa there is muscularis, and which is composed of inner circular and outer longitudinal layer and smooth muscle layer, and then is the adventitia, which is the fibrous connective tissue. Another slide at low magnification, you can see the mucosa which is thrown into multiple primary, secondary and the tertiary folds, and outer to this folding is the muscularis layer, which is inner circular and outer longitudinal muscle layer. In this slide you can see the mucosa at higher magnification. Usually it is a simple, it is pseudo stratified in nature, consisting of the two type of the cells. One are the columnar cells, which are non-ciliated and typical of the protein secreting cells, and these because these cells are protein secreting, so they have well developed the endoplasmic reticulum along with the secretory vesicles in apical cytoplasm. In addition to these columnar cells, there are also stem cells which are present, which are low cuboidal cells. In addition to these columnar cells, you can also see these cells over here. At certain places in this slide, you can see it seems as like epithelium is stratified, but actually this epithelium is not stratified. This is because of the tangential section which is taken through the epithelium, and you can see crowding of the nuclei over here. So epithelium is usually pseudo stratified. So next is the seminal vesicle, another diagram of the seminal vesicle at low magnification. And in this diagram again you can see the multiple branching and covered by the fibrous connective tissue, muscular connective tissue coat. This is again higher magnification of the seminal vesicles, in which you can appreciate the epithelium, which is simple columnar, along with the small cells which are stem cells, giving the appearance of pseudo stratified one. So next is the prostate gland. Prostate is the largest accessory sex gland. It consists of 30 to 50 tubuloalveolar glands. These are 30 to 50 tubuloalveolar glands present in the substance of the prostate, and these glands are covered by the fibromuscular stroma, and then outer to this stroma is the capsule of the gland. So three regions of the glands can be identified. These are the periurethral mucosal glands. You can see these are the periurethral mucosal glands, and then the periurethral submucosal glands, and then the prostatic glands proper, which are present over here. But these differences are seen in the cut section of the prostate gland. In histological section you cannot differentiate between the periurethral mucosal or periurethral submucosal or prostatic glands proper. So this diagram, another histological section taken through the prostate glands, in which you can see in the center this is the urethra, and this area is the transitional zone which contain the periurethral mucosal gland and periurethral submucosal gland, and this area is the central zone, and this is the peripheral zone. Prostate gland is covered by the capsule. It has a fibromuscular stroma. Histologically, you can appreciate the fibromuscular stroma, which is very important identification point in the H&E staining under slide microscopy. It has parenchyma consisting of compound tubulo-alveolar type of the glands, and these glands are lined by the epithelium, which is generally simple columnar in nature, but at some places you can also see the patches of the cuboidal epithelium, sometimes squamous epithelium, and even sometimes the pseudostratified epithelium as well. The type of gland is tubulo-alveolar, compound tubulo-alveolar gland. And another very important point which helps in identification of the gland in H&E staining is the prostatic concretion, also called the corpora amylasia. This corpora amylasia is a protein-rich material. It is present in the form of the lumen of the gland in the form of calcifications. Function of the prostate gland is to secrete the enriched semen fluid. It contains fibrinolysin, it contains amylase, it contains prostatic specific antigen, as well as the citric acid is also present in its secretions. So this is the H&E stain section at low magnification of the prostate gland, and in which you can see these are the different portion of the glands which are separated from each other by the fibromuscular stroma. And in the even low magnification you can see the section is taken from this area. At higher magnification you can appreciate the epithelium, which at most of the places is simple columnar in nature, but it may be cuboidal. At some places it may be squamous, or it may be pseudostratified as well. The connective tissue surrounding the epithelium is fibromuscular in nature, and in the lumen of the gland you can see the prostatic concretions. These are the concentric lamellae of eosinophilic in nature, and this is also called the corpora amylasia, which is a very important identification point of the prostate glands in the slide. Another slide, at higher magnification you can appreciate the epithelium as well as the fibromuscular stroma, as well as another on other side also the epithelium and the corpora amylasia. So next gland, which is another accessory sex gland in male genital system, is the bulbourethral gland. It is about pea-size gland lined by the simple columnar epithelium, but the height of the columnar epithelium varies according to the state of secretion and also according to the level of the testosterone. These glands are mucus secreting compound tubulo-alveolar type of the gland. Major secretory product is the galactose. It contributes major portion to the pre-seminal fluid, and major function of this gland is the lubrication. So here the all the glands, we finish with all the glands of the accessory male genital system. And so dear student, this is another slide which is a revision slide through the penile area. In this low magnification you can appreciate this is the vas deferens covered by the pampiniform plexus and the cremaster muscle present around, and at higher magnification you can appreciate the large number of the blood vessel. This is artery, and many venules are present in this slide. And now we complete our today's class, and these are the references: the Histology, a text and atlas by Michael H. Ross. And thanks you all for your attention. Till the next class, we will meet inshallah in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.